Just a moment. To go with the drive. Just a moment. I'm loading an image which required why it is not recognizing. It's okay. No, it is not loading. It's okay. I'll continue with this. I think you could be able to see something. Fine. So okay. Right. What we need to understand today is we need to understand the combination and execution of Android output. So yesterday we discussed about project directory. So let me remind you. So in the project directory, particularly, you need to switch this to project window, project mode. In that source folder you have, in the source folder, main folder we have. So in the main folder you have again subfolders like Java, which is for backend. Inside the Java you will have package. In the package, a number of classes, Java classes you can create and write. Okay, so if you want multiple packages you can create, there is no objection for it. And n number of packages you want, you can create, there is no objection for that. So purely this Java is for backend. Coming to the point, front end. So front end, it's a resource. So resource means in the name itself it is conveying that related to your project, what are all the resources required, all the things you are going to be keep. Example, if you download any APK from the Play Store, you will get like good user look and feel of your screen should be, it should be like very beautiful. So you can use some images, okay, some colors, some beautiful animations, everything. So those related files you need to save in your project. Where exactly you are going to be save or store? So in the resource folder. So inside the resource folder there is a drawable folder, okay, layout folder, bitmap folder, and values folder. So many are there. So what is a drawable folder exactly? I'll try to open this drawable folder. So there is something XML, it is available. So what is this XML it contains? Let me launch it. Yeah, see, this is an image which contains some XML code, and it contains a design window. So the design window will display the output of that one. So after seeing that, you can understand what exactly it is. Okay, so till then we'll go to layout folder. So layout folder also, it contains the main.xml. So what is that main.xml? We need to understand. So there is another MIPMAP folders. So these MIPMAP folders you are getting for IC launcher. So IC launcher, it's an image. Same kind of image, it is placed inside all the MIPMAP folders. Why many folders for MIPMAP, for images? Because Android screen size, coming to the part of Android screen sizes, Android mobile devices have many kind of sizes, width and height. Okay, so that width and height, if you want to map or match with your user interface, you need to write different kind of images. So earlier, this is very old technology, whatever I am telling now. Earlier we have folders like HDPI, high density pixel. HDPI will load an image with 72 by 72 pixel. Okay, so MDPI, medium density, image size is 48 by 48. Okay, next XHDPI, XHDPI 96 by 96. Next double XHDPI 144 by 144. Okay, next triple XHDPI, triple XHDPI with triple XHDPI, which will almost 196 it will come. Okay, 192, 192. So same image, but 5 times we get with different sizes. So what will happen if you use like that? For example, in my application, I am using 10 images, 10 into 5, because each image with a different size, I need to place 5 times. So 10 images, 5 times, 150. I mean, sorry, 50. So those 50, what will happen for us? Those 50, it will become burden for the application size. So instead of using all this, nowadays new technology came into the picture, which is called 9-patch image. What is a 9-patch image? Is image will be designed with the help of XML only. So you no need to worry. UI designers will be recruited separately. Okay, so UI designers who are all working with Photoshop, they will be writing this one. You no need to worry about it. And particularly if you go to this drawable 24, let me open that. So this is Android foreground, this is background. So the output of this one, if you see, same, right? Combination of foreground plus background together an image. So here, this one, whatever they have written like a XML, this is called 9-patch image. What is this 9-patch image? Is instead of using each image 5 times, only one image we are using and we are representing in the screen, means it can pixelate automatically itself with good clarity, and it can automatically adjust the size what you are specifying. Earlier, what we are writing for small one, this one, for medium one, this one, for bigger one, this one, like that we used to write. But now no need to write that logic, and no need to place your images 5 times. So with one XML, that means with one 9-patch image, you can manage your entire screens. Okay, with one image you can continue with your work. So that is the reason these MIPMAP and drawable folders will work. Okay, so next, what is XML here inside the layout? So in your project layout folder is completely for front end XML files. See, whenever during our introduction, I have given that we are going to be discuss XML, right? XML is a front end. So those XML, you need to create like a .xml file. So whenever you created a .xml file, it will contain 3 windows. Code, it will show like this. Split, that means code plus view, design view, and only design window. So only the screen, it will be displayed like this. It will be displayed like this. Okay. So here, how many XMLs I want, I can create here. So can I create 100? Yes. Can I create 1000? Yes. No problem. So other than here, can I place my XML file in any other? No. So exactly whatever the XML or screen you would like to design, that should be within the layout folder only. You should not write outside of it. Okay, that is the one. Next, values folder. What is values folder? In your project, what are all the colors you are going to be, right? That you have to add here. Why we need to add here? Why can't I write directly whenever I am adding color for the component? Yes, you can add, but if you want to add like that, every time you need to remember the color code. See, color code, it is in hexadecimal format. What is hexadecimal? Hexadecimal format is color must start with hash and 6 or 8 digits characters. Okay, for example, I would like to write white color. I'd like to write white color. So white color, what is the color code? For example, here I am writing just CO. It is giving suggestion. Open tag, close tag, white color it is there. Sorry, I will write some red color. Okay, red color. Red color, I am writing hash, one second, hash FF0000. So this is hexadecimal format, red color code. So once I have written here, in my XML, wherever I want, I can call like @color/red. It will be easy for you every time, instead of writing this hard-coded value every time. So don't write hard-coded value in the XML files whenever you are designing. Okay, that will impact performance. So if you call like this, that will be easy and it is dynamic. Okay, so same like that, any string you would like to display. String means please enter username, please enter password. Okay, so what is your message, that to convey that, this kind of messages you want to convey, here you can write directly. Okay, button name, button title, like that. And some themes, some styles will be there, like toolbar, or what we can say, toolbar only. Toolbar with what color we need to display. So first I will make you understand what is a toolbar. Toolbar. One second, I will. So this is called a toolbar, guys. So this toolbar, like which color you want, top, blue color, black color, red color, orange color, that kind of colors here you are going to be decide. Here, purple 700, white, okay, teal 200, like that. Okay, status bar color, toolbar or status bar we can say, that is one. Okay, so these are different things. When we are using automatically, it will come. Same values in the night theme. Nowadays night theme also coming, right? So in the night theme, which color you would like to display, that is it is giving. Okay, next manifest file is there. So we need to discuss this manifest file. The first point regarding manifest file is it's heart of your Android application. Without manifest file, whatever the code you have written, whatever the user interface you have implemented, nothing will work out. Nothing will work out. Whatever you have written, but you didn't declare that one inside the manifest, it won't work. Manifest file, it is heart of application. I told it will start with the manifest tag, ended with manifest tag. You need to write anything in between the tags only. Start of, end of manifest tag. So within that only you need to write. Other than after end of manifest tag, if you write, it won't consider anything. Inside this, there is one tag defined saying application tag. So what is this application tag? Means you are writing some backup true. What is your application icon? You are downloading APKs from Play Store, right? So Facebook have different icon, WhatsApp have different icon. That icons we are going to be add here. What is your application name? That is label. Okay, so this name only it will be displayed on the screen. If it is a rounded icon, what is the rounded icon? Right to left, Urdu or Arabic. If my application support Urdu or Arabic also, it will be RTL true or else false. Make it false. Okay. Next, theme. Some theme like status bar will be displayed in this color like that. Okay. So there is one activity created when I am creating the application, main activity. The activity which is registered here, which is registered. If you don't register your activity cannot be executed. Okay, what I am trying to say is, whatever the activity, how many activities you have created, each and every activity that should be registered over here. If you don't register, that activity cannot be executed. That's what I am telling. It is heart of application. So for example, I have 3 activities in my application: main activity, login activity, dashboard activity. I have 3 screens: login activity, first main activity, login activity, dashboard activity. Whenever I launched application, the first activity to be executed, main activity. But how I would like to convey to my Android, main activity only need to be launched. That is this tag. Inside the activity tag, see, activity tag started here, it was closed here. In between that, there is an intent filter defined. Intent filter action, it is the main class, it is the launcher class. Launcher class means it will be preferred to launch your application very first. And after that, end. After that, whatever the next activity you are creating, you no need to write intent filter. Don't write intent filter for multiple activities. It won't allow. Even though it is allowed, don't write for multiple one. Which activity you want to launch first, that activity only you can. After that, application tag is closed. Like that, we need to add permissions. If your application need internet, if you want to use Bluetooth, if you want to use vibration, for everything you need to add permission. If you don't add permission, your application cannot use the feature. Okay, so that is the power of manifest. Okay, these are all okay for me. I think you understand. Now we are coming to the execution part. So for execution part, I have discussed about Android architecture, right? Android architecture. So in the Android architecture, I discussed one part. So what is the part I discussed? Android runtime part. In the Android runtime part, there is a Dalvik virtual machine available. There is a Dalvik virtual machine. So what is this Dalvik virtual machine exactly do? So I told, I conveyed Dalvik virtual machine is responsible to generate your application output. So how it is going to be execute? What is the main importance of Dalvik virtual machine? That I have drawn here. Okay. So now you can understand this. Here is the Android application. Whatever I am designing in my Android application, this Android application I have converted into front end. In the front end, whatever I conveyed, .xml file, right? Image files, PPT files, PDF files, whatever, color, what blah 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 blah, what you want you can keep here. Images, languages, music files, PPT, PDF, anything you can keep here. This is the front end. Front end means which folder? Resource folder. Okay, this is resource folder. Your application backend is what? Which one backend? Backend is main Java folder, right? This Java folder. So the Java folder came here. So in the Java folder, what you will have? .java files. Okay. So first we will execute Java files, because we know the process. Whenever you have .java file, that will be given to JVM. What is JVM? Java Virtual Machine. Before installing Android Studio, I told you install Java setup. So why Java setup is mandatory? Because you are writing .java, that should be executed by JVM. So JVM have two parts, JDK, JRE. JDK will accept to .java file and it will convert your .java file into .class file. The .class file will be given to the JRE. JRE will generate output as a machine code. You are clear? So this machine code will be given to DVM by using an internal tool with the name called DX. DX is a Dalvik executable tool which is inbuilt of Android SDK. It will invoke during runtime. Okay, so this is okay. Now your backend code is execution done. That means compilation execution done. It is waiting for the front end. So where is your front end? Front end is here, resource folder. So whenever you said run your program, both will be do parallelly with the different things. So front end, all the files using AAPT tool, Android application packaging tool. Android application packaging tool. Using this Android application packaging tool, all the files will be converted into a R.java. So I think we listened this R.java somewhere. So where is that R.java? Right? Resource. Oh, sorry. Android. Widget package. Sorry. See this R pack, this R class, R.java class. Okay, so yesterday we discussed this layout, interpolar, everything. Inside the XML, inside the layout folder, there is an XML. That XML also converted as an integer. An image that will be converted into integer. Like that, it will create something for that and it will be converted as a R.java. Okay, so this R.java, again using DX tool, it will be sent to DVM, and front end back end file both together it will join, and it will make it will send to another tool which is namely called APK builder tool. Okay, APK builder tool is available. So from DVM, whatever the front end back end provided, okay, so front end back end available, that front end back end will be gone to APK builder tool. That APK builder tool will generate the APK file. This is the story actually. Okay, so R.java who is generating? AAPT tool is generating, which is internal. So just you need to click on run. Internally it will do execution. R.java will be generated. Both backend and front end will be combined together. APK builder tool will be taken input and APK file will be generated. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so I think you understand this. Any questions till now? Please let me know. So with this, I will stop for today. I have some urgent work, so I am stopping for the session today. So next we will continue tomorrow. So with XML coding. I think did you receive any message? Today is the last. This whatever the meeting available. So today is the last date for that actually. So it will expire the link. Okay. So kindly check with Durgasoft for getting updated link. Okay. So please be in touch with Durgasoft. Okay. So if you have any technical queries, please let me know.
Yeah, Cherry, but I got the link till 25 for the same link.
Same link you got till 25?
Yeah, till 25 it is showing the same link.
Okay, maybe I don't know. They told me like tomorrow they are going to be share new link. I think they may disconnect this link and they may give new link.
Okay,
Maybe.
sure. So the video recordings, like they will share from the mail or what?
They are going to be uploaded into a drive and they will give you the drive access. Everything will be taken care by Durgasoft, not me.
Okay, so that is
Okay.
lifetime access or like for some time period?
No, for complete till our course ending. Every day. See, already this is recording actually.
Yeah.
This session is recording. So whatever I am giving, everything will be recorded and same thing will be posted to you on a daily basis.
Okay, sir.
Right. So any other have any questions? Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. for XML. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thanks, sir.